Yes, guys, welcome back to DR Sports. It's myself and Matisse on Wembley Way. Not a happy hunting ground for this fella. 5 finals, 5 losses at Wembley. Just get that straight in there.
Yep. Offside goal.
Penalties, Kepa missing.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yep.
But we're not here to talk about our teams, are we, unfortunately?
Unfortunately not.
We are here, of course, to preview the big one on Sunday, the curtain raiser in the Premier League calendar.
Yeah.
Who have we got on Sunday playing here?
Manchester City versus Arsenal. You know, it's for me, it's a great opportunity to see these two come up against each other who are leading the Premier League for so long. They came up against each other last season. A lot of anticipation going into the games. And Man City, they came up on top both times. So I think Arsenal got a bit of point to prove to say, listen, we're back and we're better. You know, Declan Rice added to the team, Havertz. It's been a bit of an up and down pre-season for Arsenal as well. I've been looking at them closely. And they've still got a few things to sort out, but Jesus being out as well going into this is a little bit of a problem for Arteta. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the dynamics of the game are interesting because as much as it is technically not counted as a Premier League fixture, you're still playing your first 11s. You still want to win it. I've got a question for you though, and again, please send your answers through in the comments. Is this a major trophy?
No.
Does it, or should it count as a major trophy?
It's not even a minor trophy. I think, listen,
I would disagree.
If it was called the English Super Cup, I think it would get a lot more respect. Because it's called the Community Shield, it's not really counted. So I'm okay to maybe call it, at best, a minor trophy, but I don't rank it along the same lines as a League Cup.
So maybe not a major, but does it count on your list of honours?
I'd prefer not to count it, because if we didn't count it, we'd be a lot closer to Arsenal in total trophies, because they've got a lot of Community Shields, because they've won a lot of FA Cups. So I'd rather not count it personally. Does it help you to count it in your battle with Manchester United?
I think we're the most successful team with or without.
Okay.
Again, comments might
so let's take it away then.
There, but, no, but
that's another fake stat from HGT.
No, it's not. No, we'll get that checked. So. No, to be fair, I'm shouting out 90minute.com. You guys done me dirty yesterday on the show. I was reading out stats that were wrong.
Oh, blame it on someone else.
Blame it on Grizz, if anyone.
You had the laptop.
I didn't write the article, so I cannot take...
Should have double checked it, shouldn't you?
Yeah, I was live TV, Matisse. Sometimes you get it wrong.
Most times. A lot of times.
But anyway, we can have a laugh about it. Let's talk about the game itself.
Yeah.
Massive previews over on AFTV as well, so go and watch them to see some real Arsenal POVs. But for us, looking at the game, how do you expect this one to go in terms of players? Are we going to see full 11s? Are we going to see a really competitive nature to the game?
Yeah.
And is this, foreshadowing whatever happens? Will it foreshadow what happens in the season? Because Liverpool beat City in it last year, and we were out of the title race within a month.
Yeah. So
after it, so
I don't think it can be taken as too much of a big indicator, to be honest, because there's still a lot of factors that will play a part in the season. You look at Vardiol, who's just signed at City. He won't probably play a part in this game, but he'll be a massive player for City next season. I'm looking forward to seeing Cover, obviously former Chelsea player in that midfield, just to see how he kind of plays, if he plays next to Rodri. We know they were tucking in Stones. I think Rico Lewis could be a big part of the team for Man City this season as well. We've heard little rumblings that he could be playing a bit further up as well. Foden, massive year for Foden. I think Foden and Alvarez are the two players to watch this season, because Alvarez, we've seen the technical ability in the World Cup, some couple of long-range strikes as well. He's a quality finisher.
Unbelievable.
And I think, if it wasn't for a generational striker in Haaland, he'd be ranked and rated a lot higher than he is. And Foden, I think Foden's been a rotational, piece in that City team for a while, and I think it's time for Foden to kind of listen. Foden's a quality player. I think on his day he's one of the best, young up and coming talents in the Premier League. But he's going to be 23 now, so I'm looking to Foden to see, can you take the responsibility that Gundogan kind of left in terms of, we thought it was David Silva that would hand over the baton. Now it's got to be Gundogan. You've got to, be a contributor for the chance creation, for the goals, and be a mainstay in the team, because there is a slot open there in the inside position if Pep wants to play him there, and I want to see him take the mantle.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw really strong lineups from both of these teams. But who do Arsenal now rely up front with? Because as we know, Jesus, the knee injury, it's looking complicated again. It's probably the most complicated injury you could actually have in football, potentially. He's not going to be around, so who do they now look to? The obvious names, them. But
Nketiah was playing in the friendly, the last, and he looked like he had a good position.
Do you think he would start over Trossard?
Arsenal got a lot more depth than they think in that position. Obviously, they've been speaking about potentially looking at a striker. Yeah. But I think, listen, Jesus, what he gives to the team. Zinchenko was doing an interview there with Rio Ferdinand not so long ago, and he spoke very highly of Jesus and the work that he does, dropping in deep, linking up the play, and I think that does get the best out of Martinelli and Saka. I look at them as like a young potentially, Salah, Mane in terms of goals and, adding to the goal contributions there. Firmino was a massive part of that team and he's underplayed. So you need a player that's a bit sacrificial, lamb almost, to kind of feed the others. Nketiah had a good game. I saw some good clips from him. Trossard, very impressed with him when he signed in January in terms of assists, created a lot of chances. He's a very good player. But then you've also got Balogun. And I don't know if Balogun, maybe he wants to go. Maybe he doesn't see himself as a first teamer in terms of regular starts. But this is a good opportunity for him, maybe. I don't think he's been playing too often in the preseason, I'm not sure. But it's a good opportunity for him to stake a claim. The slot is there. And it's Arsenal, you have to compete. So any one of those guys, but I think in terms of this game, you're more likely to see Trossard for experience, maybe Nketiah. I don't think you'll see Balogun, maybe he'll be on the bench.
Yeah, and obviously both teams hoping to go into the season on the back of winning this shield. Is it worth calling it a trophy after?
That's what I'm saying, it's a shield.
It's a shield.
It's
but
WWE, really.
I think, we heard what Rio said the other day in terms of pre-season doesn't matter. It's all about when it comes to business time. But again, I go back to it. Liverpool, after we won that last year against City, we also saw Haaland miss from 6 yards. We saw Nunez score. Everyone thought the mindset was then, Liverpool might edge City. But as we saw, it doesn't really matter. So I guess it's just a curtain raiser that everyone needs to watch and get excited about. And then the week later, we start the real thing. Yeah,
it's a confidence builder. I don't think you want to lose this game. For sure, you want to put down a marker and start the season strongly. I think for Arsenal, because of what the fixtures were like last season against Man City in the Cup, let's not forget the FA Cup. They were knocked out to them. And you take a look at the Premier League, both games, they obviously didn't, come off the better side, even though they were playing brilliant football. We would have expected Arsenal to minimum get something from those games. So I think for Arsenal, for their own confidence, they need to know that they can beat City and not just play well against City and look good against City and have a good half and say, if we had this player fit, if we had that player fit. Actually, no, go and beat City. So I think for Arsenal, it's a massive potential game for them and their confidence. For City, they've won a treble. They don't need this game. Do you know what I mean? Like they've made their couple of signings. They're going to make a few more. It's Pep, it's City. They've done 5 out of last 6. This game is not going to make a difference to them, I don't think. You saw what happened last year with Liverpool. They lost and it made no difference to them whatsoever.
Yeah, you're right, unfortunately for myself. Let's go with some score predictions. Again, get yours in the comments as well, guys. But could we see a classic here, an early season classic?
I'm hoping so. I think you should see goals in this game. You take a look at the forwards on display. You got Haaland, you got Martinelli, you got Saka. I'm looking to Grealish as well. Foden had a really good goal scoring vein of form before the World Cup. Then he got injured, so he could provide some goals. De Bruyne. So I'm just looking for entertainment. Like, no rival fans looking at this game thinking, I hope they don't win. It's nothing to us. It's a community shield. Just want to see good goals, good game, and a little bit of fun, a little bit of action.
Let me put a score on your head then. What are you going for?
I think I'm going to go with 2-2. And Arsenal maybe win on penalties. I'll give Arsenal fans that because I'm not going to give them anything else all season.
So you give them the irrelevant one,
exactly.
In your words,
build up my stock with them, and then absolutely smash it to pieces. Yep.
At least he's honest. Why not? I'm going to go 3-2 Arsenal. Yeah, I think there will be goals. I think defensively, both of the teams probably aren't up to where they want to be.
Yeah.
You're probably reaching 80% maximum, and then you've got another week to really go at it to get your 20% ready for the new season.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for Arsenal win. There might be some City fans that disagree, but yeah.
A lot of great defenders on show as well, though.
There is, but there's a lot of great strikers on show as well, which is the opposite. So
Saliba, Timber, some good defenders.
Some massive debuts on show as well. Declan Rice knows what playing at Wembley is like. He's going to love the occasion.
Does he?
For England. Matisse,
nice.
Well, not West
Thought I got you there.
No, go on, mate. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on. 105 million. How is he going to start his Arsenal career?
Yeah.
I think he came on against Monaco the other night. Got a nice ovation when he came on. But there's some massive debuts. Kovacic as well is another one that. How does he fit into this midfield? Does he start every game? What kind of player is he going to be? And then there's more. Maybe David Raya even gets a start,
Yeah, Klopp has always struggled with injuries. I think he most likely might be a rotational kind of player, but the kind of player he is, he should do very well under Pep. He should do very well. Very press resistant. If he can rediscover his form of a couple of years ago, I think he'll be a really good player for them.
Okay. Well, listen, we're looking forward to the game on Sunday. I'm sure we're going to be speaking about it on Monday as well. But yeah, make sure you are involved. Don't forget, by the way, massive weekend this weekend, because we've got the game for Ukraine at Stamford Bridge. We're going to be doing a live watch along on AFTV. Got some great content coming out of DR Sports. I'm going to be pitch side as well, trying to interview the stars. A lot of Chelsea players are going to be there as well, Matisse. So I'll chuck in a word. But make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Shout out Matisse for getting down here for the match preview. Try not to get run over here on Wembley Way. Take care. All the best.